All right, let's talk about something that I know is a huge deal for pretty much every student right now. How do you actually get useful answers from AI tools like ChatGPT? If you're tired of getting those super generic responses that don't really help you learn anything, well, you're in exactly the right place. Okay, let's dive into this.
So, does this sound familiar to you? You ask the AI a question about a really complex topic, and what you get back is this giant wall of text that's either way too simple or just completely confusing. It's a super common frustration, right? And it makes a lot of us think that maybe the tool just isn't that good. But what if that's not the problem at all?
And here it is. This is the big idea for this whole explainer. The quality of the answer you get is directly tied to the quality of the question you ask. Think about it. The AI does exactly what you tell it to do. So if your question is vague, guess what? The answer is going to be vague too. The secret to unlocking better explanations and learning way faster isn't some kind of trick. It's a skill you can build.
This is probably the best way to think about it. I mean, you'd never walk up to a human tutor and just say, explain physics, right? No way. You'd give them context. You'd tell them what you're struggling with, what year you're in, and maybe how you learn best. The exact same idea applies here. Your AI assistant needs those clear instructions to actually help.
So how do we give those clear instructions? Well, we use a framework. And honestly, this is the key to completely transforming your results. We're going to break down this simple but seriously powerful 4-part prompt formula.
It's really this simple. First up, you've got the role. Who should the AI be? A teacher? An exam coach? Second is the task. What exactly do you want it to do? Explain something. Summarize a chapter. Then you've got format. How do you want the answer to look? You want bullet points? A simple paragraph? And finally, number 4, constraints. Are there any rules it needs to follow? Like, who's the audience? Or how long should the answer be?
And boom, this just shows you the difference perfectly. On the left, explain photosynthesis. You know what you're going to get, a dry, generic, textbook answer. But look at the right. We gave it a role, a biology teacher, a task, explain it to a high school student, and a format, use simple language and bullet points. The result, it's targeted, it's clear, and it's just so much more useful.
Okay, so once you get that basic formula down, you can start using these parts in more advanced ways to really, and I mean really, supercharge your study sessions. Let's take a look at how we can use just that very first part of our formula, the role, to get way better answers.
Now, what's so cool about this is how the role you pick totally changes the tone and the quality of the response. If you ask the AI to be a tutor, you'll get a patient, step-by-step explanation. But if you ask it to be an exam coach, it's going to zero in on the stuff you're most likely to see on a test. You're basically telling the AI how it should think.
Here's a perfect example of this in action. Instead of getting some dry scientific definition of acids and bases, a prompt like this forces the AI to be relatable. When you ask for everyday examples, you're making a tough topic way easier to understand and remember because you're connecting it to stuff you already know, like vinegar or soap.
This is another absolutely crucial part of this. You've got to control how deep the information goes. The same topic needs a completely different explanation depending on your level, right? So by telling it who the audience is, whether you're a total beginner or an advanced student, you get an answer that's perfectly tailored to you. You can learn without feeling overwhelmed or, talked down to.
Okay, let's look at one of the most practical uses for students, turning that dense textbook language into study notes you can actually use. We've all been there, just staring at a paragraph that feels impossible to get through. With a prompt like this one, you're giving the AI a very specific job. Be my translator and my organizer.
And look at the result. That intimidating wall of text just gets transformed into something clear, easy to scan, and totally ready for your next study session. The key terms are pulled out, the main ideas are broken down into bullet points. It saves a crazy amount of time and makes it so much easier to understand. This is you taking control of the information.
So, we've gone through the theory. We've seen some really powerful examples. Now comes the most important part. Actually putting this skill into practice. Because here's the thing, writing good prompts is a skill. It's not a magic trick, and it only gets better the more you do it. Here's a super simple exercise you can do. Like today, pick any topic you're studying right now. First, write a simple, weak prompt for it. Then, rewrite it using a role, a task, a format, and a constraint. Put the two answers you get side by side. I promise you, the difference will be night and day. And it'll make this whole lesson stick for good. So if you only take away one thing from all of this, let it be this. Specificity is your superpower. The more specific your instructions are, the better your results are going to be. It's that simple. Vague questions get you vague answers, but clear, structured prompts, they unlock clear, useful knowledge. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this question. Think about that one subject that's been a real struggle, that one concept that you just can't seem to get your head around. Now that you have the tools to ask much better questions, what's going to be the first topic you truly master?